Yeah, buddy.
Tune in now to the hottest sports podcast, 910 Sports. 910 Sports. We discuss the latest topics in sports, interview the athletes from all over the country, known and unknown, while spotlighting the youth of today and tomorrow with host Icon E, Mr. Personality Jacob the Great, Crystal, a.k.a. Miss Wildfire, KB the Amazing, and Steve-O, a.k.a. Mr. All Everything Georgia.
What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Icon E. KL 910 Sports. Reloaded. Season 2, Episode 7. I want to thank God for another opportunity. As y'all see, I'm out here on the highways and byways in California. You know what I'm saying? Trying to avoid this crazy traffic. You know what I'm saying? To get around this crazy traffic. So I got my brother, you know what I'm saying, Jacob, the great. My man KB, the Amazing on here. What's going on, fellas?
Man, can't call it. Just another day.
What's up, man? It's just another day. Just another day. That's all.
And then before we get started, man, KB, and I forgot to do it. I apologize on Sunday. Before we even get started with everything, explain to everybody what you're doing with your gaming app or whatever on here.
Oh, so I've always been an avid Madden player. So I was like, you know what, let me go ahead. I've always streamed my games, but I never really did anything with it. So now I was like, well, let me go ahead and just kind of take it to the next level. I'll put some little effort behind it and, some time, see what I can do with as far as building it up, playing Madden, and then, of course, NCAA next year. So that's all I'm trying to do, man. I'm just going to build up my, try to build up a little fan base, little bit.
Can I say something about that, KB, if I may?
Of course.
And I ain't gonna say this just because you're my cousin. I'm gonna say this, man, because I can see you doing this. I can see you getting your own server, starting a program where you charge people to get on your server, and you make a lot of money off people using your server, man. You can make. Homeboy told me that I think he's from Wichita, Kansas. I was talking to him on TikTok. He said by letting people use his server, man, he make about anywhere from between $6,000 to $8,000 a month.
Yeah, I can believe it. Yeah, I definitely can believe it. So that's what I'm trying to do. Just at least while I'm playing the game, if I can get some pay for it, you know what I'm saying, a little change in my pocket, and why not?
Yeah, man, go ahead and get that payola, man. That's what it's about. For real.
Yeah, so man, it's KB Land Gaming, man. So if people check it out, man, I'll be starting streams next.
Make sure you tag me on Twitter in that as well, man.
I definitely will.
What's up, Crystal?
Hey, y'all.
Hey, Crystal, how you doing?
I made sure you got in this week.
That's good, man.
They were hating on you last week. I made sure you got in this week.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Icon. I appreciate you.
Hey, Crystal, man, I'm so glad that you on this week, man. Like I've been missing that voice of reason on the podcast on Wednesday night. So So I'm glad you on, cause we got some nice topics tonight, and so we're gonna go all in. We're gonna go all in.
Okay. Go ahead and get it started. Jacob. I
Okay.
gotta check something real quick. Go ahead and get it
Okay.
started.
Tonight we're gonna be discussing top 5 defenses in the NFL. We're gonna be discussing the new rules, as you guys posted and stuff with defining and stuff like that, and makes the game a little bit boring to me. But you got to go with the flow. Things change, and so I can understand, especially with all the trauma that's been happening to players over the years. So I definitely can understand the logic in that. And we're gonna discuss, KD and his business and his trade, Kyrie and his business and whatnot, and definitely gonna discuss the future of the WNBA, because people have been making posts, but there's not enough money. They're struggling, and so I just want to see the future, because I have been watching some games. Actually, the last game where I think Seattle played Vegas, that was a very, very good game, and that was Subaru's last home game. So it was a dope game though. So, but the order of business, what we'll talk about first: top 5 defense in the NFL and why. So we'll let the lady of the hour have the floor first.
I don't know about 5. I mean, I didn't know the Chargers had Khalil Mack until Steve-O posted it. I didn't realize that he had went there. I knew they had Steve, Jackson, because he came from us.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see how they don't, because I don't see how they're not in the top 5 defense. How the Chargers aren't. I think the Patriots will be in the mix. They might not be top 5 though. I don't know who else. Cleveland should have a good defense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Cleveland got a good defense.
I think the Jets should have a good defense. I don't know about offense, but they should have a good defense.
The Jets. That's an interesting thought. Chris was like, so can you elaborate more about what the Jets may have added, or the place that you have inside your mind that they may have a good defense? That's interesting.
You don't think so? KB, help me.
Who'd you say?
Jets.
She said the Jets.
On paper, the Jets should have a good defense. They have every layer, every level of the team. They have a superstar or a stud, as you would say. So they definitely have the ability to be. Will they perform? I don't know, but they have, on paper, they have some name.
Okay. Interesting, man. Interesting. Well, I'm gonna say this off the grid, but we all know I'm no Jets fan. But if there's any team that I would like to see have a decent season that has been down for a while now, I would like to see them young boys from the Jets come up, the young boys from Detroit come up, and I would like to see, it's gonna be interesting to see what the Jaguars are gonna do since they added so many pieces. So I would definitely like to see some of the young boys come up. But my top 5, I'm gonna say the Rams. I'm gonna say the Bengals. I'll say Denver. I'll say and KB, man, you kind of really need to cash at me for saying this, but I looked at their roster very carefully and their defense very carefully. I'm gonna say the Raiders, and then their 5 spots, I'm gonna say the Cowboys.
Okay.
So
put Denver in my top 5 too. I forgot about Denver.
So what do you think about my top 5, KB?
I think it's straight. I don't know how you didn't say the Bills. They had the #1 defense last year. and the only thing they did was add Von Miller. Um,
Well,
so
the reason why I didn't say the Bills, I just still got in my mind that it took Patrick Mahomes only 13 seconds. I mean, that's the reason why I didn't say the Bills.
I look at that as more as a play call. It was a bad play call than bad defense. I mean, they had the number one ranked defense last year, and they have the rookie Kyer Elam
Okay.
on the opposite side of Tre'Davious White. They'll probably have the number one defense again. The Rams, they'll be a top team. They got Wagner from the Seahawks.
Right.
49ers will probably be a top defensive team.
The Eagles might too.
The Eagles
Maybe.
have a
Might be up
lot
there.
of talent. The Eagles have
Maybe.
a lot of talent.
Yeah.
I can see the Eagles. Who else? I think I want to say my Raiders. I don't know how the DBs will be. I know the front seven is going to be great. The DBs, I don't know.
Well, I think the DBs will be okay. It just depending on what defense y'all gonna have them in, man. But if y'all have them not in the defense where they got to drop back all the time, where they can play really up on demand, because y'all got some pretty fast DBs, bro. I'm talking about like 4.2, 4.3, 4.4, and a lot of them DBs are really like brutally strong. You know what I mean? Like DBs ain't like DBs back in the day, bro. These DBs work out and lift weights, bro. Like I was looking at y'all roster, man. So, and I'm gonna say, man, I think the Commanders are gonna have a pretty good defense because they had one last year, bro. They really lost a lot of close games, 3 points, 4 points. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be interesting on what pieces they added. You know what I mean? It's gonna be interesting to see. You know, did Ron use his defensive mind? You know what I mean? To really make spread on defense.
I think a team that a lot of people are overlooking, as far as defense, the Saints. The Saints, they might have the best secondary in the NFL. It'll be a top 5 secondary. They got Chauncey Garner back there with Honey Badgers back there, Lattimore's back there. They got the guys on the front line, Cameron Jordan and all that.
Yeah, I like Cameron Jordan.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Okay. So Icon.
Yeah.
So what pieces did you guys add on defense this year?
I don't really think we added. We didn't really add other than we didn't really add anything as far as maybe a couple of rookies, but I just think that because you got to think we're probably one of the few defenses that's been together like front four for a minute. Our front four has been together for at least going on 4 or 5 years. And I think last year, early on, when for the reason they couldn't get it together, and they started playing a little bit better in the second half of the season, I think they're gonna have a bounce back season because Jonathan Allen just got his money. I think it was Montez Sweat. I think one of them one of the two got their money. They were talking about trading Deron Payne. And I just think that, and I think Chase Young, I think he's gonna miss week 1, but I think once he get probably back to 2, 3, or 4, or whatever, if he's pretty much healed all the way up, I think he's gonna, he's gonna have a bounce back season, or whatever, and whatever. So I just think that, and then we had our linebackers, Jameson Davis, his second year. I think he's gonna take that next step. I think our secondary, just whatever reason early on, we had a lot of new pieces early on in our secondary, and they just didn't mesh together early. So I do think we have an opportunity to at least be right there on one of the top defenses in the league if we can put it all together. Like I said, Ron Rivera not playing, he already fired the defensive line coach because they had different philosophy. So he let them know there ain't no nonsense this year. So with my top 5 would, I definitely say the Bills. I would say the Rams. I think the Eagles, they loaded. So I think they'll be right there. I can't hate on the Cowboys. I think they're going to be right there too. It's just a matter of the thing with the Cowboys is they generated so many turnovers last year to get put on that defensive side of the ball, and Trayvon Diggs is going to have to tighten up the way he defends and not gamble so much, because if not, he's going to get exposed more. So I think that's going to be the thing. Can he have that third season this year where he doesn't get exposed as much? And I'm not worried about Micah Parsons. He's the real deal to me. So
Right.
so it's just a matter of what how they're going to stop people. If it's just based off of them turning the ball over as much, that's hard to do. That's hard for any defense to do 2 or 3 years in a row. You have to have that pass rush, Randy Gregory and them, or not Randy Gregory. Y'all lost Randy Gregory, but that pass rush definitely going to have to step up or whatever and do their part and get more sacks. You can't just be about just intercepting the ball.
I would just like to add to that, the rookie that we got out of Ole Miss, he's really working out great. And Parsons had talked about him on the blog, and he thinks that this rookie is really going to be the real deal. And he was like, he think that this rookie can be his running mate when it comes to defense.
I know another defense people need to look out for, the Steelers. They got probably one of the fastest linebacker cores. They got Miles Jack, they got Devin Bush, and I think they got one other guy, but they got a nice young linebacker core that can fly. Like all 3 of them can float. They all gonna smash it. Like they're gonna be real good.
Yeah, the Steelers are always right there. Steelers always Tomlin always have that defense on point, regardless of what's going on the offensive side of the ball. The tricky thing about all these teams is, can your offense generate enough offense and generate enough drives where it keeps you off the field, where you don't have to wear yourself out, and by the time you get halfway through the season, you worn down from being on the field so much, because you got these offenses that's going 3 and out. So, offense like, Washington, Jalen Hurts with the Eagles, all these offenses, certain offenses are going to have to figure out how to have sustained drives so their defense can stay fresh, throughout the season.
Yeah, the Eagles, they set up for I don't think like Hurts is going to be like a top 10 quarterback or nothing, but I think with the weapons he has around him and that defense being as young and strong and big and fast as they are, they're gonna be a problem, man. I think if they might be the Bengals of this year. You know what I'm saying? Where people really didn't expect much from them, but they just kind of surprised people. I don't expect them to get to the Super Bowl or nothing, but as far as being a surprise, I think the Eagles will.
I mean, you just never know, because with defenses sometimes carry teams further than they should go. So you just never know if that defense can be good enough to kind of help them, get to another, to at least get to the NFC Championship game. But the 49ers, we know they're going to be right there too, because think about it. Last year, the 49ers defense is what kind of got them to the NFC Championship game when they was kind of not one of the greatest offenses, or whatever. And that's kind of what helped them get there. And the NFC, think about the NFC is not that strong to begin with. So, you got Tampa, who's already starting to fill up with injuries. Their center is out. Russell Gage just got hurt early. I don't know how extended his injury is. Chris Godwin is not going to be probably there for the first few weeks. So, we know what's going on.
Tom Brady's 80. So.
Exactly. We don't know. But Green Bay, we don't really know how that's going to pan out early on. The Rams, I'm thinking they're going to be, they should be right there winning a lot of games. But like I said, the NFC is one of those conferences this year. Like it could be an Eagles that could be a surprise team that could come up and and make some noise, just because the NFC is so weak this year. We don't really know. I ain't gonna say weak. I just say it's unpredictable. We don't really know what's going on and who's gonna step up in the NFC. I wouldn't be surprised if on both sides it's 2 new Super Bowl teams, and this year I wouldn't be surprised if it would be somebody we didn't expect on either side, because both sides are gonna kind of beat each other up for a while.
Um, that Rams team, boy, they got better. They scary to me. They definitely got better than they were last year.
Exactly.
And if they get OBJ back, they don't even really need OBJ. But if they do just get him back, that'll be crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. I know they were talking about him possibly going to Buffalo. I know Von Miller trying to recruit him over to Buffalo.
Yeah, if he goes to Buffalo, you can go ahead and write them up for the Super Bowl at this point.
That's what I was gonna say.
Like,
But that's the thing, is he gonna get back in time? Because you got to think he had tore his ACL in February. So I mean, what we looking at? I mean, this November, December. If I was him, I would sit out for the season and fully recover. If I was him, you know what I'm saying? But
they don't need him. They don't need him back right now. They still got Diggs. They still got Beasley. They have a good running game. Like, they don't need him immediately. Like, that's the guy that you be like, hey, take your time, get back. Kind of how the Rams treated him last year. Like, get back when you can.
I think they cut Beasley, bro. I think they cut Beasley.
You think they will?
I think they have already. I think he was a free agent. I don't think they signed him back.
Oh, wow. I don't know if they.
Did Buffalo sign another wide receiver? They signed somebody else too. I think Buffalo signed another receiver in the offseason. If I'm not mistaken. I remember. I know they were talking about it yesterday. That's because when I was hearing about the story about Von Miller, they was naming all the receivers. So I think they signed somebody. What's up, Steve-O?
What's up, good people? How y'all doing?
All right.
What up, Steve? What's good?
So who's your top five? Who's your top five defensive this year?
Top five defense. The Chargers Chargers. We got the Bills, of course. I like the Steelers defense too. Other team as far as defense. Why the Rams, of course. The Rams defense is crazy. I'm skipping somebody. Oh yeah, and the Eagles. I definitely like the Eagles defense. You got big Jordan Davis killing people out there. You got still got Fletcher Cox on the end. You got Barnett. They front seven is crazy. Period. Then you still got big play Schley in the back end.
I got Sweat.
The boys, they loaded, man. They got Montez Sweat.
That's a fact.
You know what though? Don't sleep on Green Bay, because when they got them two boys, two rookies, and Green Bay already hard place to play. It's so cold out there, so don't sleep on Green Bay. Defense might be right there too.
A lot of Georgia dogs out there.
Yeah, they usually always have a solid just team all around. It'll be interesting to see what they do without that dynamic receiver, but they typically always have enough to get the job done. Never really elite, but they always like good.
It's okay. He made the wide receiver. Don't worry about that.
In my pants.
No.
So you said Aaron Rodgers made Devontae Adams?
Oh, definitely.
In my pants.
Yeah.
So what you saying is, without Aaron Rodgers, won't nobody know who Devontae Adams is?
Pretty much.
Oh, okay.
So you saying Derek Carr not good enough to make they help him keep shining?
He's good enough, but I mean, it'll be probably a lot of garbage time points. Empty calorie stats like Dak Prescott be put up.
Hold on. What? Hold on. The Raiders in the playoffs last year. Do we forget? Why would say how would they get Devontae Adams and everybody feel like they're gonna be worse? I don't get this.
I didn't feel like they were gonna be worse. They barely got in the playoffs, and then they were,
barely, man. There you go.
They barely got in. I think they got in because somebody else lost. They didn't even win the last week to win in.
Yes, we did. We beat the Chargers to get in. They literally beat the Chargers.
You barely got in.
All right, well, we're going to see. We'll see. Just like that year, Washington got in that one year.
Did you get in the club? Was you in the club or wasn't you in the club?
You was standing out there.
Did you get in the city?
It closed at 3 o'clock. You got in there at 2:30. Okay, we give you that. We give you that. Okay, if you technically want to say you was there, cool. But I mean, you host a playoff game and lose the next week. I mean, who cares? Just being honest, man. You got to at least win a playoff game. Has Derek Carr won one playoff game in his career? Maybe. Okay, then. So, like I said, stop wasting folks' time. Stop going into the playoffs and just hosting a playoff game like Dallas for nothing. Nobody just want to see Dallas Cowboys Stadium in the playoffs. We want to see y'all win. So, what's the point?
I mean, it takes more than a quarterback.
The point is, ain't nobody talking about the Falcons you gonna hate.
Okay. Call it what you want.
Real clown shit. Real clown shit.
I'm just calling to be honest.
Real clown shit.
I'm just being honest.
I mean, you can kind of say that. If you say that, then you have to say like Lamar would be the same. I mean,
yeah, a lot of people hold that against Lamar. He can't win the big one. A lot of people talked about Georgia. Oh, they good, but they can't win no title. I mean, until you win, they gonna do that. And I'm just saying, Derek Carr has yet to elevate his game to the point where he got his team to the next level. Got his team to an AFC championship. Derek Carr is the Dak Prescott of the AFC. I said that earlier.
Derek Carr has only had 2 seasons where he's had the same offensive coordinator in his career.
Matt Ryan been together 11. Matt Ryan been here 12 years and he's never had the consecutive offensive coordinators but once.
Exactly.
He's still considered a Hall of Fame. He's still been to the Super Bowl. What about Derek Carr?
I wouldn't say he's a Hall of Famer, but
yeah, I wouldn't call him a Hall of Famer either. But statistics is going to get him into the Hall of Fame.
I don't know about Ryan with the Hall of Fame. I don't see that.
I don't know because they let people in the Hall of Fame now. Like
I'm telling you. Thank you. They let anybody get in. He got the MVP, and he been to the Super Bowl.
I mean, you might be like, because they're starting to get like the NBA, where the NBA let us in it, don't let us in the Hall of Fame. We get done. So yeah, I mean, if you call it right,
they ain't let Devin Hester in on the first try.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now somebody told me Devin Hester. Well, if you can't be the best at your position, just because you play a return spot don't mean that you should be in.
But he's the best returner
I said the same thing too. I said the same thing. But they compared him to Deion. They said Deion was the greatest returner ever. But he was also the greatest cornerback that ever played in the game as well too. So what has Devin Hester? He's not even Devin Hester's not even a serviceable wide receiver.
But that wasn't his thing. He was really a returner, and he was the greatest at it. If you're the greatest at something, you need to be in the Hall of Fame. If you're the greatest at what you do, night in and night out, game in and game out, you should be in the Hall of Fame. Point blank here.
Yeah.
Get in on the second try.
So
I don't know. Next year is stacked.
So
he ain't gonna make it next year either, Chris.
Next year,
he got more returns than David Meggett and Metcalf.
Yeah, he's the all-time leader.
He's the all-time leader.
Okay.
Yeah, he broke the record this last season.
In Atlanta.
Yeah, and the thing about it is he's been doing this since the youth. So he's been doing this.
I knew that bias was coming from somewhere.
Whatever.
I knew it was coming from somewhere.
That wasn't coming there. It's coming from somewhere. That's what it is. Y'all don't
keep it on the NFL.
That's the last great U player you got. You ain't got no more after this one, my brother. He's the last one. You ain't got nobody else. Frank Gore just beat that white woman up and threw her in the street naked. He ain't going.
We can talk about off the field stuff. What
He
you
ain't
talking about?
going.
That's the
He
game. We
ain't
can't
going.
talk about Michael Vick killing dogs. Then
He
you
ain't
know what
going.
I
Michael
mean?
Vick ain't
No,
in,
no,
is it?
don't
Is
do that.
Michael Vick in the Hall of Fame?
But what I'm saying is
Go
Frank
ahead.
Gore going to the Hall of Fame.
No, he
He
ain't.
good or not.
No, he ain't. He just beat that white woman up. He ain't gonna
Crazy.
make it.
You crazy. You
Okay.
crazy.
They gonna hold it.
You
They're gonna
crazy.
hold that
I
against
bet you
him.
he will.
I don't know, man. They just might hold that against him, bro.
I'm telling you. Watch what I'm telling you.
Oh, you talking about because of that? Oh,
What
if
you
it
talking
was
about?
because of that, then maybe. But he
Oh
was in
yeah.
the Hall of Fame.
Oh
He was
yeah.
definitely going. He
Yeah.
was
I
definitely
mean,
going before that.
he played longer than
But
anybody else, but never broke Emmitt Smith's record. But that's okay. It's all right.
Oh,
But okay. He ain't even top 5 all time rushing either. You played
I'm not
40
even
years.
know.
He played 40 years and ain't all time. Damn, man. He ain't top 5 rushing. I be damn.
What? Whatever, man. I got on Todd Gurley his broke ass knees.
I don't
You know
care.
what I'm saying?
He ain't no Hall of Famer either.
Yeah, you're right.
Neither is Frank
He ain't no
Gore.
Hall. He ain't
Frank
no
Gore.
Hall of Fame. He in the Hall
He
of
going to the
Fame.
College Football Hall of
Yeah,
Fame. Don't
man.
worry about it.
He need to be in the same rest home as Martin and as Martin and Eddie from Life.
Let me ask you this question, Icon. And take
Them
your
broke
heart out
ass
of it.
knees.
Let me ask you a question. Take your heart out of this. Fully healthy, no injuries. You taking Todd Gurley or you taking Frank Gore?
I'm taking Frank Gore.
You lying. You lying like hell. I
Frank
don't
Gore
even want to
was
hear
a
you.
beast in college.
Let's
He
go on to
broke
the next
he
one.
broke records in college.
And
He was
Gurley
the guy
wasn't.
in
And
college.
Gurley wasn't. Gurley wasn't.
I
He was the
don't care
top
what
running
he
back taken in
was.
his draft. He was taking number
Frank Gore.
5 overall.
He wasn't better than Frank Gore.
You crazy.
No, he wasn't better than Frank Gore.
And that boy from North Carolina. They gonna ban
Gurley
you.
wasn't
They
better
gonna
than
ban your ass
Frank
from North.
Gore. And
They
then
gonna ban your ass from Fayetteville. You
he
keep
wasn't better
talking
than
like this.
and he wasn't better than CP.
They
He
gonna
wasn't
ban
better
your
than
ass.
CP.
They
He
gonna
wasn't better
ban
than
your ass
CP.
from.
Gore or Dog or Adrian James.
They
You
gonna
gonna tell
ban
me
your
Gurley
ass.
was better than Adrian James?
They gonna ban your ass from Fayetteville. You keep
You
talking
gonna
like
tell
this.
me he was better than Adrian James?
You know he from North Carolina. His people
If
gonna
Todd
get you.
Gurley better than Adrian James?
No.
Okay then.
I'm okay with he better than Frank Gore.
Who you say was from North Carolina? Todd Gurley.
Yep, they gonna ban your ass from Fayetteville. Why?
From Fayetteville. I ain't never heard of him when I was out there, so I don't know.
That man's from North Carolina, man. Don't do that, man, like that.
Okay, well, I ain't saying he wasn't good, but I ain't.
And then what you just said? You hit bomb ass knee, hit bad ass knee, hit
Well,
hey,
hey, you said if.
what
You
you
said
said?
if. If it was the fifth, we'd be on here drunk right now. So if his ass was broke down, so we can't meet this argument is null and
Oh, I
void.
got something for y'all.
He
Y'all
was
see?
not
Oh,
better than
let
him
me show
because
y'all
he had them
this.
broke ass knees.
Show y'all this new sauce. Chris, what you think about the new sauce I just got? You know, it's hot season coming up. You know, I had to go get me one.
New sauce.
Mm-hmm.
You want to try some sauce? Send me one.
I mean, it's all right.
Yeah, you know, the new house. I had to go get that peach thing. You know,
What was that?
DeJounte Murray gonna be ball. Y'all see DeJounte Murray out here? What he doing?
he doing it to people in the wreck, but won't do
No,
it.
he did that to Pablo. No, don't try that. He did that to the number 1 pick.
Oh,
You try that
rookie.
shit again.
That boy 16 years old.
The number 1 pick. That nigga look like he 32.
That boy.
That nigga hairline receding like Ken, but he look bad.
Hey,
Right,
speaking of which, did y'all see them New York boys lose in the Pan Am game? What they call it?
Yeah.
The Pro-Am.
The Pro-Am. Yeah, man. Because I had Knicks fans talking trash to me online, so when that shit happened right after, oh man, I was giving them hell. You know I was. Y'all lost to a bunch of some LA Fitness guys. Like for real. Come on, Knicks fans. What y'all gonna do, man? Y'all need to stop. Julius Randle needs to be giving some of that money back. Like for real.
Maybe put it back in the community.
Obi Toppin now. Now, if I was the New York Knicks, I would say, listen, y'all can't be in no more game. We trying to trade y'all, and y'all making us look bad. We ain't gonna get nothing for y'all now.
You think they trying to trade them?
No, they've been trying to trade Obi Toppin, Julius Randle. They've been trying to trade them for the last 2 months. Where you been, bro?
I don't pay attention to the Knicks. I'm sorry.
They've been trying to trade them to the Lakers. They've been trying to trade. They've been
Somebody
trying to
want
put
I'm about to say, don't nobody want that, man. Oh.
Put him like this. Every time the Knicks do a trade, they throw Obi Toppin in it. Every single time. But nobody want his ass.
Though nobody want left hand Randall either. You paying a man $38 million to go left. I'm straight.
Go left.
That's all he do is go left. He don't do nothing else. I'm good, man.
Hey man, but I'm gonna tell you this. Can I ask y'all to do me a favor? Can y'all really never talk about the Knicks in my presence, man? That's like gibberish. That's like blasphemy. That's like blasphemy, man. That's just like talking to talking about Judas to Jesus. Don't do that, bro. All y'all just betrayed me.
But the thing about it, we talked about the Knicks in a bad way.
I can't stand the Knicks, bro.
In a bad way.
Bro, listen, I don't like the Knicks. I don't like their fans. Like the Knicks fans will make you punch them in their mouth and then stomp on their face with a boot and then get a Louisville slug and beat them in the chest and break their chest plate. That's what Knicks fans make you do.
Like a Timberland boot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, well, before we go into another topic that Jacob got, let me ask y'all about this. Y'all give me y'all opinion on what y'all really have to say since our girl about to call it quits, Serena Williams. She said U.S. Open probably about to be it for her.
Yeah, it's time. She was getting beat anyway. Yeah, don't hate me.
Yeah, it's time.
A moment of silence.
I
A moment of silence for the black Puma suit.
She been doing the U.S. Open since she been in the U.S. Open since she was 7. It's time for her to retire, bro. She played 65 years. Shit.
I mean, I agree. I just wanted to see what y'all opinion on it was. I thought she should have retired after she lost to the young girl. What, about 2 years ago or whatever it was?
Or Naomi?
Yeah, I think then I kind of started seeing that, you know.
I think she won again after that,
she's
right?
won since then, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say she won again. You can't go out like that.
Now,
she's won since then.
Win. Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she lost to a young girl, but that young girl need to retire, boy. Woo.
Don't do that.
Woo.
Y'all do all this.
Shit.
Woo.
I ain't gonna talk about her. I ain't gonna talk about the young girl.
Listen, bro.
So I'm gonna wait till early Saturday morning. Get on y'all ass. Y'all going to start talking about this girl.
She need to leave that young boy alone. He's stressing her out, bro. The young boy stressing her out.
They already broke up.
All right.
They broke up already.
Thank God.
You think that was the problem?
Man, hell yeah.
Nah, I think she just is ahead of the game as far as being controlled. She ain't one of them people that's trying to be controlled by the media and public opinion, and she gonna move how she want to move.
Okay. That's your opinion, but okay.
I ain't gonna mess with her because that's a different world. And then when you're playing solo, when you're playing a solo sport like that, you're dealing with a lot. So I ain't gonna come at her like I would Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons.
I just hope she get the professional help that she need, bro. Cause I would like to see her career blossom. I don't need her having mental breakdowns like that, bro. I would like to see her flourish, bro. Because she got ain't nobody gonna leave Ben alone, man. Ben. But anyway, I would
y'all need to leave Ben alone, man.
I ain't saying nothing.
I would like to see the young girl career flourish. I would like to see her career flourish, man, because she got something special. And so I would definitely like to see her flourish. So, but Ben, on the other hand, Ben Simmons, bro, I just think we need to just give him some coloring books, some crayons, and some animal crackers, and some red Kool-Aid. That's it, bro.
Jeez Louise.
He a different conversation.
Y'all look wrong, bro. I can't believe y'all.
Mental health.
They don't even know they hypocrites, Steve-O.
Bro, like, I can't even do it without.
Y'all say I want the girl to get her the help she need, but Ben Simmons is a joke. That's crazy. They both games in the game.
Because I believe Ben Simmons tell lies, bro. I believe he tell a lot of lies, bro. That's just my opinion. I believe Ben Simmons tell a lot of lies, man.
I just think he's scared to get on the court. To be honest with you.
That's a mental thing.
What if Naomi lying? Because she lost.
Okay.
So
if it was a fifth, we all be drunk. And what you want to do about it?
But you saying the same thing about Ben Simmons?
Man, you always taking it for Ben Simmons, dog. Like, do you want me to send you some friends?
I'm a hypocrite killer.
Do you want me to send you some friends? Okay.
You can't
talking about somebody who ain't got no.
You can't be a hypocrite for one
who ain't got no. KB, stop it, bro. Because you know you ain't built like that. You know it, and I know it, bro. Stop it.
You said what?
So what?
You know you ain't built like that. Stop it, bro.
You that he's telling the truth.
You ain't built like that. Stop it.
What you mean built like what?
You built like that.
That something is wrong with him mentally. What has indicated you for that?
Yeah, all right.
Huh?
You ain't built like that, bro.
What has indicated that something is wrong with him mentally? What has what makes you believe that?
He's telling you that.
Well, I'm not. But see, the
He's
thing is,
verbalized it.
I'm not. It's not that I believe him. I could honestly care less one way or another. But I just call it like I see it. Like you can't support one player's mental health and then laugh in the face of another's. Like whether you think they're lying or not, like you don't know what's going on in their head. Like he might really be on some suffering from mental health shit. So you can't say one person's lying and then say the other person's telling the truth when you don't know either person.
All right, bro. So you telling me if you look at the Ben Simmons situation, bro, like when everybody start talking about what he didn't do during that playoff run, like that's like how can that break you down, bro? That makes no sense.
Everybody ain't built like Charles Barkley.
Everybody
ain't
built
built to take that criticism when they lose.
Just because a player is extremely talented doesn't mean that they're mentally tough or mentally tougher than the next person. They're just good at a sport.
Then your coach, the best player on the team, throwing me on the bus. My damn coach over here throwing me on the bus too. I mean, shit.
Right.
You know, I'm okay. I'm gonna tell you the reason why. The reason why I believe, I ain't gonna say he's lying, but I believe it's more to the story than what he's putting out there. Is because if you watch every sports analyst now, they kind of they don't even believe it. So before it was kind of like they try to give them the benefit of the doubt and kind of stay off of it. But most of them kind of to the point where it's like they get inside information that let them know like it's more to it than what he's trying to put out there. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And so even like a person like a Joy Taylor, who would be more like, because they always about female rights and all that, they would be more sensitive. Even she's kind of like skeptical about all of what's going on with him. So to me, that's why I'm kind of like, I don't know. I think a lot of it had to do with he didn't want to lose that money, so he had to come up with something. Because even Gilbert Arenas said that. Gilbert Arenas was like, it ain't nothing wrong with him. Like Whatchcott was saying in St. John's. A lot of them saying it's not nothing wrong with him. They was basically saying if he didn't do that, he would have lost that money. If he didn't do that. If he didn't say something was wrong with him, he just beat the ownership to the punch by saying that he was mentally ill and they couldn't do nothing about it. He said back, 10 years ago, if you said you was mentally ill, they just kick you off the team. Nowadays, if you say something wrong with you, they got to go with it.
Right, because times change. Like because you can choose not to believe somebody, and then you know what I'm saying, and then it wound up being the truth. And then you sitting there like, oh man, I wish you would have believed them. Like it's just one of those things where sometimes you got to give the person the benefit of the doubt. But I think with Ben Simmons, I think the thing that turns people off from him is not just a mental health thing. I think it's the way he handled things. Now, could he have handled things a lot better? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that probably makes it look a lot worse than what it could have been. But you chalk that up to youth, immaturity. You know what I'm saying? Like. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's more than one reason why somebody's acting out how they are. You know what I'm saying? So I don't paint it all as like he's faking. Sometimes he's just immature. Like he did it wrong, and I'm sure if he could have, do it again, he would have did it different. You would think.
Okay. Well, we'll see. Well, we about to see in about 2 months.
This
we about to see about 2 months then. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh man.
Okay, I'll leave it alone till October. I ain't gonna talk about Ben Simmons no more till October. We're gonna see.
You done
If
said
he's
that
still
before.
talking about he mentally ill in October, they need to send his ass to a mental health clinic until he get better. If he's still
Yeah.
talking about that,
I
too
mean,
much.
it's people that take a year off that take time off
Well,
school for a
he
year.
needs to do that then. If he's mentally ill, then you
He
need to
done.
go home. Don't come on the bench every day when looking like you about to go
Well,
doggone,
no, the man won't support his
like you about to
teammates.
go to the club.
Oh my God,
Let the
man!
man go
I
support
come,
his
man. Change
teammates,
the
man.
subject, bro. God damn, man.
The man can't support his teammates now. You say, yeah,
Right.
change the subject.
You
You're right.
mentally
Change the
ill.
subject.
If you
Change the
mentally ill, then
subject.
go
You're
get
right.
help.
We
Go
change the
get
subject.
help.
I go
If you
get help in the
mentally ill.
morning. The game at 8:00 at night. But anyway, go ahead on. Go ahead.
All right, whatever.
Go
All right.
ahead on,
Like I
man.
said, come October, we'll see. We'll see.
Y'all Miami fans, hell, man. God, dog.
Why can't he behind his head? Why
So
can't he
man,
behind
all
his
y'all fans, man, y'all aggressive.
head?
Right.
Aggressive.
Frank Gordon beat that white woman up. Lord have mercy.
Oh my God! You act like no Georgia player ever beat nobody. I'm pretty sure it's a Georgia player too out there that beat somebody.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah.
I'm pretty sure, but still,
Hey, y'all can't talk right there. Y'all got the coon of all time from y'all organization.
yeah, you're right. I
You know what
can't
I'm
even
saying?
argue with you. You see what I posted up there about Herschel
Shoot,
Walker?
you can't talk
His
about
dumb ass.
nothing when you got Herschel Walker as a Georgia
Right.
alumni.
Man, hey
Herschel
man, that's
Walker ain't
Trump's
worth
son.
that.
That's
We ain't
Donald
even
Trump's son.
we ain't finna give him no
Herschel Walker is
spotlight on
Donald
him.
Trump's
Come on,
son,
man.
man.
Let's
Herschel
move
Walker,
on.
man.
Donald Trump going to jail though. Let me throw that at Donald Trump ass going to jail. I just want to throw
That's
that
what
out
they say, bro.
He ain't going to jail. He got too many. He know where too many bodies buried.
And you from the country? How you gonna be from the South?
He ignorant. That's
He
why.
cool.
He's stupid. He's stupid.
Herschel Walker, boy,
He's stupid. Them white folks don't gave
Herschel
him his
Walker is
position.
disappointing to the whole black community, man.
Herschel Walker, listen, them white folks gave him his position. Told him they were gonna take it away if he didn't do it. He a puppet, man. That man a puppet. He gonna lose badly. True.
I hope so.
Me too. But I don't think him and Stacey ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna happen. Stacey Abrams, yeah, and don't nobody like Kemp, so we know he threw. The white folks don't like him or the black folks.
Stacey Abrams running with him?
No, she running against Kemp for governor. He was
like, what?
Now they would have to work. They would have to work together because we know Kemp ain't gonna win.
I get you. You had me confused for a minute.
Oh yeah. They don't. If that should happen, they'll bump heads all the time, bro.
Educated black woman and the ignorant Negro. Oh, come on, man. Yeah. Good luck.
Anyway, what else we got, Jake?
We got ragged ass Kevin Durant. You know, with his.
He said he want to go to the Sixers, didn't he?
With his Muppet baby looking ass, you know, like he get on my nerves, bro. Like, man, play your contract out, bro.
Yeah, at this point,
play your contract out, bro.
Yeah,
like, God, suck it up and go, man. He's such a sissified ass dude, man.
Jeez. There you go. They're using the wrong term. I can't agree with that term. That term has nothing to do with toe sport. You can get everybody's goddamn man.
Man, okay. All right. Okay, man, Steve. Okay, so Steve, I think so Steve, since
use another word, bro.
Since you and KB are touchy-feely, I'll be good.
It ain't touchy-feely.
I just want to go to
It's about being a mature human being.
Like, bro, use another term,
so what?
bro.
It's about being a mature human being.
Yeah, okay.
Use another term, man.
Hey, KB, listen, man. I don't know what dude you grew up with, bro, but man, you need to watch.
It ain't about what you growing up, man.
Bro.
If you grow up, if you're doing the same thing you did when you was a youngin,
we going away from sports.
It ain't no growth, man.
We're going away from sports. Let's get back to sports.
Right.
Whatever, man.
Yeah, KD definitely, bro. Tired of KD, bro. KD is horrible, man.
Hey, bro, I'm out, Alcon, bro.
You say you what?
I'm out, bro.
You talk about sensitive.
You got me fucked up, bro. And if we were close, I'd punch you dead in your mouth.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, believe that.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, you better believe it.
Not one bit.
You know you soft.
I'm like, chill out, chill out, man.
Oh man, you know what? I just don't like the fact. I don't know if this is the thing with KD. I don't know if he's gonna end up saying he never said that. And that's what kind of to me, he does. I ain't gonna say sissy things. He does cowardly things to me. If
Yeah.
you say it, stand on it. But he gonna come out with an interview at some point and say he never said that. You know what I'm saying?
But
Or
if
whatever.
he
And that's
get traded, I don't think he will. But I think if he stays, I don't think he'll see it. I think he'll walk all that stuff back. But I don't know because I told y'all last year Steve Nash wasn't that guy, and I believe he really don't want to work with Steve Nash. That's just me.
But he co-signed Steve Nash, remember?
They did, but they
Mhm.
didn't though.
Kevin
They
Durant
did,
co-signed
they
him.
did. But remember, they came out and made that statement like, we really don't need a coach. Like, yeah, he's cool,
No,
he's good.
Kyrie made that
Oh,
statement.
Kyrie
but
said that.
it
Kevin
came from
Durant didn't say that.
he represented both of them though. KD just wasn't the speaker. Oh, Kyrie represented both of them when he made that statement. Because KD didn't come out and say, nah, I don't agree with him, or he ain't laugh it off or nothing. Like, he didn't stop that statement. He was sitting right beside him when he said it.
Okay, so let's just say for argument's sake that's the truth. If that's the truth, then that means that they're really saying we used you as a pawn.
Who,
So
Steve
when we
Nash?
don't really need you, we hired you, we got you when we could have got somebody more experienced, but we got you because pretty much we gonna coach ourselves. So we had to get
You
something
didn't
in
think
this spot.
you didn't think that statement said that when he said that basically? That's what he came
Yeah,
back
that's
and
what
said.
Kyrie said.
And KD was sitting right beside him.
Yeah.
So Kyrie said what? That we basically got him as a pawn?
No, he said we can coach
No.
ourselves. We really don't need a coach like that.
Yeah,
Even
he
when
said,
it's
"No,
been
I know
I
that's
know."
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I get what you're saying. I'm just saying if that's the truth, that's even worse. Because that means y'all used this man because y'all knew he couldn't coach, and y'all went and got him because y'all knew y'all had to have somebody coaching the team.
What
So
you mean?
y'all went and
What
coached.
part are you saying? If that's the truth, I'm trying to figure out because he said that in a press conference.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that it's worse. If what you're saying is I heard what Kyrie did say that. But what I'm saying is if y'all basically went into the season saying we don't really need a coach, that means y'all co-signed on him specifically because y'all knew he couldn't coach. That's why y'all got him.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I'm
got you,
saying?
and I agree with that. He didn't have
Because
no
they wouldn't have said that
experience.
about everybody else. They wouldn't have said it
I
about a
agree.
coach that was
Okay,
really.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But
Yeah,
yeah,
they wouldn't
I
have
agree.
said that
I
about a
think that
season
is true
called
though.
Mark Jackson. They wouldn't have said it about a Mark Jackson. They wouldn't have said it about like a coach that's been around that they really respected. They wouldn't have said that.
Have you ever heard Steve Nash sitting on the bench? Have you seen Steve Nash coach AAU? Have you seen him coach high school?
You're right. I didn't think he deserved the job. Period. You know what I'm
So
saying? And I
they
told, and I
got him
said,
just because he was a name. They didn't get him because of his coaching pedigree.
I'm gonna tell you why I knew he couldn't coach. After the first season, they was in the playoffs. In the first season, they was in the playoffs, and he messed around and literally they called a timeout. He literally turned around and was looking around at the other coaches like, what do I do? Like basically he didn't have a clue in the huddle what he wanted to do. He kind of was just kind of like looking around at the other coaches like, okay, what do we do on what do we call what play do we call or what do we do from here? He literally did that. So when he did that, I knew then he's not ready. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you're ready to coach one of them young boys, go down to Memphis or Minnesota, coach one of them young teams, or Houston, then Detroit, but you're not ready for this.
It's like
You know
they
what I'm
hired
saying?
him because they like the owner owed him a favor or something. It's like, look, man, I owe you one, man. Come on and come on, coach, man.
Well, did him and Sean Marks work together like in
Who?
somewhere else, like Phoenix or something, or wasn't he Sean Marks a GM somewhere else or something like that at one time?
I don't know. You got me with that one.
Yeah, I think the GM, he was the GM was his coach or something somewhere else, but yeah, or not the coach, but like the GM or something. But yeah, I knew then when I seen that, I said this dude ain't ready, man. Why they put him in this position? Like you can't put him. You think okay? Just imagine him trying to coach in the finals against Greg Popovich or Tyrone Lue or going against Eric Spoelstra in the playoffs. Like, are you serious? No.
I think they hired him with the expectation of you ain't really gonna have to do that. Like our team's gonna be so good, you're not gonna have to worry about, you know what I'm saying, having to really coach. Like this team is good, they can kind of run themselves. You come here, get your feet wet, you know what I'm saying, get the experience because this team can run itself.
That's
I
the
mean, that's
thing.
terrible.
Yeah, because at some point, I don't care how good your team is. At some point during the playoffs, you have to make some kind of adjustments or call something or do something different. Unless you was like the 0-1 Lakers or, you know what I mean, the last year the Golden State won a championship with Durant, that team where it's kind of like they kind of like was out there just winning off of their pure talent. Unless you was on that level, then I don't see it. Brooklyn overall team wasn't on that level. They just had three great players, but if any of them two players was off or the other team was getting off and they couldn't, and the thing about it was they was terrible on the defensive end, and in the playoffs you can't be terrible defensively. We seen this past season, and in the playoffs you can't be terrible defensively and win a championship. You don't have to be the best defensive team, but you can't be just flat out terrible at it.
Right.
And they terrible at defense. So
yeah, they thought they was gonna be that. They thought they was gonna be that squad.
yeah. I don't know. I just feel like Kevin Durant is just doing himself a disservice by. I could see but my thing was if you wanted the coach gone, because they were saying a report earlier today. I seen it where they said the only reason why he said that is because Kyrie Irving said he hates Steve Nash, and then Kyrie Irving's stepmom, who's his agent or whatever, came out and said, well, he don't hate him. He don't hate nobody. But she didn't say he liked him either. She didn't say he cool with him being there nothing. She just said he don't hate him. So, but if that's the case, that's something y'all should have addressed at the end of the season. You don't wait until 2 months when you don't get your way, and then you start really throwing people under the bus. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and then it's messing him up because now other teams looking at Kevin Durant like, okay, if you wasn't happy in Golden State, you're not happy here in Brooklyn when they gave you everything you wanted. They gave you the players you wanted. They gave you the coach you wanted. They even gave you the role players you wanted. And you're still not happy. So what's going to make you happy over here? You know what I'm saying?
Nothing. Send his dad back to Golden State.
It's probably the best bet because now they're talking about a package that New Orleans trying to put a package together to get them. But is he going to be happy with CJ McCollum and Zion Williamson? Williamson can't afford it. You know what I mean? So he going to be happy with CJ McCollum?
He said he wanted to play with Marcus Smart.
He want to play with Marcus Smart.
That's what they said.
I mean, here you have Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart, but who would you rather play with? You rather play Marcus Smart or CJ McCollum?
Oh, shit, you asked me choose between a rock and a damn pebble, right? Like, I mean, really ain't too much of a difference. Yeah, shit. I guess CJ. I don't know. Shit, neither one of them. Really? Shit, I'm just being honest. I guess you got defensive player of the year. I guess Marcus Smart at least gonna play defense for you. So, yes.
I'll put it to you like this. If I'm the guy like Kevin Durant, and you got another guy, let's say you just got one other guy, which you pick any guy you want. Pick any other player you feel like is a second fiddle type player. You know what I'm saying? And you say, okay, my third guy has got to be CJ McCollum or Marcus Smart. I'm just going with Marcus Smart, but based off of what I know, what he gonna give me defensively and intangibles and his leadership skills. I can do. If I'm Kevin Durant, I could do all the rest.
If I'm Kevin Durant, I stay in Brooklyn, and I don't know. Do y'all think you want to play with Kyrie or not? I mean, I'm just at this point.
I think that's what it really is.
Me too. I don't know why I feel like. I feel like he really don't want to play with Kyrie. I really feel like at the end of the day,
he don't want to hurt his feelings.
Yeah, but he don't want to come out and just put that out there and say it. I really think he doesn't want to play with Kyrie.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think because if you look at everything else doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? You get everything you want,
everything,
and then you basically say, "Well, I want out." Like, the hell? What you mean you want out? Like, I'm almost like damn. I'm almost like Irv Gotti the other night on the interview. Like,
oh, there we go. Oh, man, that man going out so bad, bro. Now, why he got to do that to that girl, bro? Why he do
it? Yeah, I would throw that in there. But yeah, he was wrong for calling her name, but You know what I'm
He was
saying? I
wrong
kind
for
of
the
agree
whole
with that.
conversation, though. No, Eric, come on, man. See, too old to be kissing and telling at this age. Now, come on, man.
Oh,
You
the
too
kissing
old
and
for
telling
that,
part, yeah, he was
man.
wrong for that.
He
He was wrong
wrong
for
for
that
that.
part.
Now the rest of the stuff, yeah, I don't care about that. But come on, man.
That man hurt, boy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
still
was
hurt.
hurt. Yeah, he was hurt. He was hurt. I be hurt too, man. Yeah, hey, you gotta
20
do
years
like
later.
medical check the girl. I
Not
be hurt
20
too.
years. Not 20 years. Like you had it on your chest for 20 years. I thought, come on.
Yeah, that was kind of petty, but you know, Irv Gotti been petty because you got to think he's still him and 50 still going at it 20 years later. You know, all them dudes is petty. New York niggas is petty anyway. Yeah,
I mean,
I just hate. I'm gonna put it out there. New York cats are petty. All of them. They be on the internet trolling and they be on the internet arguing about stuff that happened 20 years ago all the time. They the most pettiest dudes in America.
Might be right.
You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
what,
we
boy?
right here, man. Oh, so tomorrow night, I don't know if y'all seen it. Cleveland is gonna start Deshaun Watson.
As they should.
So the kind, of course, to see what he can do, probably get the rust off of him a little bit, and get him, you know what I'm saying, because he's not gonna be able to play for at least 6 weeks. We don't know what's gonna happen. It'll probably be 12. It'll probably be 12.
Man,
I think we're gonna be at 12 weeks.
I don't think they ought to give that man no more time. They already set out the whole year last year too. Man, that leave it on.
I 100% agree. I think that, especially, it's like, to me, it's almost like double jeopardy in a crime of, like, in a criminal case. If you already convicted me of something and then you trying to convict me again, it's like if a judge comes in and say, well, KB Steve, you know what I'm saying, this judge, I'm gonna give you 10 years, and then another judge comes across and don't even really, and says, no, I don't really like that thing, and I'm gonna give him 20. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna sentence me twice for the same crime? You know, not taking me to, not to bring me to court for a whole different crime. You taking me to court for the same crime and gonna convict me again. And y'all the one that brought this person in. Y'all brought this lady in to basically,
Right.
you know, to make the decision. So she's a judge. She's a federal judge. So she made a decision to give him 6 games. Whatever the evidence she's seen was enough for her to say, I don't think it's worth no more than this. So what makes you feel like you're more smarter than her to give him more time? So if I was the union, I would fight tooth and nail to be able to get this, to say, no, y'all not going to do this. You know what I'm saying? Because now y'all setting a bad example. So every time y'all don't get y'all way, y'all going to just come in and overturn stuff. You know what I'm saying? Every time y'all don't get y'all way. Because if that's the case, y'all should just went on ahead and suspended him from the jump for the year. You know what I'm saying? And got it over with. Y'all should have suspended him before last year's season and got it over with if y'all were going to end up trying to do it anyway at the end.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the way I feel about it. But anyway, so next Wednesday we're gonna go back to 10 o'clock. Or whatever that y'all want to go to 9.
9.
9 is good with me.
You said 9 or you said 9?
I said 9. Yeah, 9. 9 is
9.
great.
Okay. So we're gonna go to 9 o'clock next week. We're getting closer to football season, so we're getting closer to really at least college football, if nothing else. So when is the first college football game? Is it on that Thursday or that Saturday of Labor Day weekend?
I want to say it's the Thursday. It's the Thursday night game.
Is that anybody important, or is it's just not till
Miami,
Saturday?
I think Miami kick off, don't they?
Yeah, I think it's Miami, Florida State.
Miami, Florida State. No, we don't play no nobody. You talking about two?
So the first game
I
watching. So the first game I'll be watching is let's see.
I don't think Miami and Florida State play that.
Yeah,
early.
no, they don't. They don't. My bad.
Yeah,
No.
Florida State played at 27.
Yeah, they play Bethune Cookman. I can't look on my phone without
Yeah, I'm looking.
leaving the meeting.
Yeah, there's no real meaningful games until I don't really see none. That first they do start on that Thursday though, but there's no real meaningful game.
Because I'm gonna tell you why that would never happen again. I forgot what year it was, but somebody made the dumb decision to have Miami and Florida State play game 1. And it was probably the worst Miami Florida State game you've ever seen in your life, because it was one of those things where you could tell both teams came in nervous and came in like off, and it was very like it looked like a high school game. It was bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you should never have a rivalry like that be the first game of the season. You know what I'm saying? Like you would never have Ohio State Michigan play game 1. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the only game worth watching Thursday night be West Virginia versus Pitt, and that's at 7 p.m. That might be a pretty good one. West Virginia versus Pitt is that first game, and that's on that Thursday, September 1st.
because y'all play Oregon on Saturday, right? Is it Georgia that plays Oregon?
Yeah, we play them here in Atlanta.
Boy, that's gonna be so bad, boy.
Oh boy, I'm hoping I'm home. Shoot, because my nephew plays for Oregon. So yeah, he a linebacker for Oregon.
He ain't been on Pogo.
Man, so I'm hoping maybe I'll be home that weekend. I'm actually trying to move by then to my house, so hopefully I'll be home that weekend. And nothing else be able to watch the game with at the crib.
Mm-hmm. You know, game they no, not that one. That's a little bit out of my price range. Yeah. I go to a lot of them, but I ain't going to that one.
No, nothing else. I had to call your ass, boy. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, man, come to the house, though. We do it big on game day, man. I had the game on a few different TV playing throughout the house. I had the barbecue going upstairs on the deck. And then, we go down here. We got the pool table downstairs.
If I'm home, I'm going to have me and my brother-in-law. Yeah, whatever. I'm like, we're going to have to come invade the crib.
Man, we got the pool table down here. We got everything. Come on.
Okay. But anyway, Sunday, y'all see what we got Sunday. Big show. Jacob was telling me a little bit about this young man. Whenever he got into some trouble, where he basically got pulled over, him and his friends. They found some stuff in the car, but he wasn't in the car that they found the stuff in, and you know how that was. He was kind of like the only black kid with a bunch of other white kids, and they tried to put it on the police tried to put it on him, and it caused a lot of other issues. So his mom is gonna be on here this Sunday, so it's gonna be. I'm gonna let y'all know it's gonna be a very serious topic, a very serious show, and she's gonna be on here kind of telling her story about what her son been going through. So you know what I mean. So definitely be ready for that. So, but anyway, you know what I'm saying. I see y'all. I guess y'all y'all going back to Saturday morning this Saturday. What's going on?
Yeah, regular time.
Regular time.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all got anybody on, or y'all just talk about it?
Right now, it's kind of like a toss-up. I won't know until tomorrow night, but I know the first preseason games they start Friday, so we'll have a whole bunch of stuff to talk about because the Lions they got their Hard Knock series that start this week too.
Yeah. It started.
And I think it already started. I thought they already had an episode, didn't it?
I think it came on Tuesday or come on Thursday. Come on Tuesday. Okay. So we played them this week. The Falcons played the Lions this week, so I'll be watching that. Of course, then looking at Hard Knocks to see how that coordinates. And it's a whole bunch of games on Friday. So we get to talk about them.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think it's games every day.
I mean, the only game that's gonna be worth watching is the ones that's gonna have the rookie quarterbacks.
No, they actually said they're gonna play some start. I've heard a lot of the coaches. The Falcons are playing they started the whole first half, and the Lions are too.
I mean, well, they probably need to because they got Marcus Mariota.
Well, they kind of hinted at the whole NFL kind of going that way because last year was the first year they had 3 games, so nobody really played nobody the first game, and offenses really didn't get clicking until week 4. So I think a lot of the people looked at that a little different this year. I heard a lot of coaches come out and say they're gonna play the starters at least the first quarter.
I mean, I'll be kind of surprised, especially with players starting to get hurt left and right, and just in training camp. There's already been a lot of injuries in training camp already.
Yeah, I agree, but I guess at the same time though, you can't start slow, especially on offense. You can't be starting slow like you did last year. I know a lot of teams started real slow, especially playing fantasy football. Touchdowns didn't really pick up until week 3 or week 4. First 2 weeks, it was real sloppy.
Yeah, That's true. Well, we'll see. I might watch a couple of games just because
Yeah, you know the Commies gonna be playing everybody.
You said the who?
The Commies
They gonna be doing what?
playing everybody.
Oh, whatever. Don't be hating on my team. Don't worry about what we doing. You worry about them raggedy Falcons. You know what I'm saying? You worry about, and this time when y'all come to Washington this year, y'all can't cheat.
Well, I'm going to that game. I'm trying to go to that game.
So that's what I'm saying. Don't worry about it.
I ain't never been to DC. I need to go there and go.
Oh, DC, that's the
Don't
old
come
stomping
on,
ground
don't come
right there,
on,
dog.
DC with all that either.
What you said? What you said, KB?
I said that's the old stomping ground, DC.
For real? Okay.
Yeah, bro. Adams Morgan, man. That's where you got to go to, man. Go to Adams Morgan, and you want to enjoy yourself.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, y'all, about to get up out of here, man. Y'all have a blessed evening. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I'll see y'all on Sunday.
Yes, sir. See y'all.